Welcome back, guys. Put this in the ether. You know what? The way women are, their behavior, the way they act, they're argumentative. I'm coming to believe that because the way they are is the reason why guys choose to be. I'm trying to pick my word wisely and more selective of what word I try to use because if I talk about these people, the rainbow community, right? They're the most protective class on YouTube. I just got my video taken down, right, for talking about them. But it's not that this video is not talking about. It's not about that. It's about the way women are, and I can see why some men out there choose to be infatuated by the same genders, right? I can see why, right? I'm not saying I'm that type of guy because I don't swing that way, but I can see why. It's a turn off for men when they start seeing women the way they are, especially modern women behaving the way they are, not being ideal, not being ladylike, right? It turns some guys off, and they choose to be in the company of the same, sex. But I don't want to promote that because I think there's a better way of going about it, like going mgtow or just go your own way. That's another more practical approach. But I get why these guys would rather date their own kind because these guys are the type of guy who want companionship, and they think that seeking companionship with their own kind is a better alternative than being with a modern day woman, right? Right? And I think this is what leads to the rising or the explosion of these communities, right? I'm not saying it's a hateful way. They do whatever they want. That's their business. But I could see why. I could understand why, right? I could understand why they turn off by women. I could understand why they don't want to be in a company of women because they could be very loud, obnoxious, right? Irritating, annoying, especially modern day women, right? The way they are, the way they're programmed, the way they treat men. And that's another thing, the way they treated men, right? I can see why they prefer a company of men, right? I can see why. I mean, I can see why a man could prefer a company of his own, gender, right? And it's been going through my mind like, okay, because if women keep doing this, right, they're gonna run out of the guy that they really like, right? And this is what a lot of women, right, they're behaving like this, but some dynamic in a relationship, women fall for the guy who are, closeted, you know, rainbow community. All right, let's put it in that way. And because of other women's behavior, it leads to a lot of women's disappointment when choosing a mate because they think they like this guy when this guy doesn't show any interest because the woman that come up before her totally ruined women reputation, like the way they behave, the way they act, the way they treat men, belittle men, putting men down. So he gravitate to the person of the same gender, right? I know this is a video, awkward video to discuss, but I know why. I'm beginning to know why they prefer those kind of. I mean, prefer to date their own kind, right? So if women would understand this thing that if they stop doing this, right? Maybe guys would not. I know there's other elements added to this like the food that they eat, the type of household they were brought up. I know there's a wide spectrum why guys behave like this, right? But this is just one element that I just want to put out there that I just want to point out that these are probably the reason why some guys prefer to live this kind of lifestyle, right? And I hope you guys, I hope I'm conveying it properly for you to understand. But but I just want guys know that there's other alternatives than just going for the same god, same um, genders, right? Because I think a more better way of taking an approach is, as I mentioned earlier, going your own way, just focusing on yourself. Being with somebody isn't always the best thing. I mean, you don't have to be with people. You can live in solitude, live by yourself, right? You don't have to have kids, right? It's not written in stone that you have to be with companionship, but some guys want to be in this companionship, all right. And not only that, I feel like it's unnatural if a guy chooses to be with another, you know, dude. Because when you think about it, it's only logical for a man and a woman to be with each other because what the purpose of being with each other is to procreate. This is why men have a penis and the women have a vagina. What's the sole purpose of that? Sure, it exploit a good feeling, but the main priority of those sexual organs is for reproduction. I don't care what you say it. I don't care what's your reason, but my understanding is that that's only one reason why we have these sexual organs, and that's reproductions, right? And it's only natural for a guy to be with a woman, but women have made it so awkward, so extreme that some guys are losing these logics and prefer to be with another, you know, dude. And this is some of the thing that we're facing today. I don't know how long I'm gonna make this video, but I don't know how long I'm gonna talk about this, but if women don't act up, right, there will be more of these people out there, these people that's very protected and it make a video less interesting when I have to find myself, have to censor myself and be selective of what word I choose. That makes a uninteresting videos, right? People don't want to be hindered for what they say and for their just because of their they want to express their observation and see how things are, right? It totally diminished the quality of the video because you're not being more descriptive than you can if a person are freely to say what they want to say, right? It hinders the video. But I digress on that. But but these are the reason why I think men are going, in that direction, being sissies, being weak, not being strong, because due to the woman, the way women treated guys in the past, the way women trash talk guys, the way women put on high pressure, high expectations, the way how society put on guys, the stress guys have to take, and guys, I mean, depending who they are, they feel like they can't handle the stress, so they go to what they think is the next best option is by dating the same people of their gender, of their kind. Let's say that. Me, in my opinion, I would never do that because I'm physically attracted to females, right? I don't, prefer a woman to um, be explicit, be debaucherous, right? Right? When I meet a woman like that, the way it turned me off, the way how model women turn me off, I'll just go my own way and not affiliate with none of these people. Right? It's better off to be alone than to live in misery. That's how I see it. You can view it in another way. This is how I see it, and this is how the approach I would like to take. Instead of reverting to a Sodom and Gomorrah and to to be with a person of the same gender as I am. All right, you see what I'm talking about when I'm being selective on the word I have to use? It's very unentertaining to talk about. This is what YouTube is doing, man. But I digress on that. But let me know if you agree what I'm saying, if I can convey what I'm talking about clearly enough for anybody to understand, right? The point is, the way the women behave is totally making guys take different approach and make different decisions and where they want to go about, right? And because of their behavior, it totally changed that dynamic of how society is by men reverting back to degeneracy and sodomy within each other's presence, and I don't want to condone that, and I'm not saying it in a hateful way. There's not hate video YouTube, right? I'm just making the observations. But on that note, guys, let me know if you agree or disagree with what I'm saying, right? Or understand what I'm saying. If you don't, that's fine too. But let me know you agree what I'm saying. On that note, guys, if you like my video, I drop videos daily, and you want to support my video, like, share, subscribe. On that note, guys, as always, peace and blessings.